Hey Bob, is there anything I should know about my homeowner's insurance in the event of a loss?
Well, Jason, that's an interesting question. Homeowners insurance, like all insurance, is probably a document that nobody reads until they actually have a need to read the document. We rely on our brokers and representatives to tell us what kind of insurance we need. Hopefully, they've given us uh, sound insurance advice. But it's not until you suffer a loss do you pull out that 20 or 30 page policy and start reading through it to try to understand what type of coverage you have. And honestly, even if you read through it, most insurance policies are almost incomprehensible for anybody who reads, writes, or understands English. But having said that, let me try to simplify it a little. There are several types of coverage in a basic homeowner's policy. The first one is the replacement of your structure. If your house is damaged with wind, fire, water, your insurance company has a provision to replace, rebuild, or repair the part of your house that is damaged. Another area of coverage is contents coverage. So if you do suffer a loss from fire or wind or water, not only is the outside, the structure of the house damaged, but your contents are damaged. You also have some coverage for contents. Now, contents coverage could be insured in two ways. One, full replacement value. So if you have a $10,000 couch, you are entitled to a $10,000 couch to be replaced back in your home. Generally, those tend to be a little on the costly side. Rather, a lot of homeowners opt for something that takes into that's called actual value to replace it in today's marketplace. So if you had a $10,000 couch and you could go out to the marketplace and replace it with it might cost $1,000 or $2,000 to get a similar couch 5 or 10 years later. The insurance company will only pay you that $1,000 or $2,000 to replace that couch. Another type of coverage, also important, if you were displaced from your home after a loss, you get insurance for relocation. This is important because remember, you've just lost your house, you're probably paying a mortgage on it, now you have to rent an apartment. Those are double payments that you're in a pretty stressful financial situation as it is. To add rental payment on top of all of the money you have to lay out could be quite expensive. Finally, in terms of property coverage, you also get coverage for buildings and structures that are outside your own home. So if your home is damaged and if your, say, garage is also damaged or any other outlying buildings that you have, you are also covered for that. So when it comes to homeowners insurance, a half of it is property coverage, which I just detailed to you. The other half is liability coverage, although liability coverage really doesn't come into play after the storms that we've had here in the Northeast. Liability coverage would come into play if I came to visit you, fell on your property, injured myself, and sued you. You would then be covered, covered by your liability insurance. So those are the two aspects of any insurance policy. Replace your structure and your contents, that's one part, and the other part is liability. If I trip and fall on your premises and get hurt, you are also covered. So that is a very quick synopsis of the type of insurance you should have on your own home.